Howdy everybody. Welcome to another edition of That's Railroad, where we bring the railroad to you, and we love doing it. I want to go over some things with you today. Uh-oh, I gotta get out of the way. All right. Yeah, I want to talk to you about the finances here at the mine. A lot of interest in this mine, and a lot of people have written in about all kind of different stuff about spending money and making improvements, and that's wonderful. But, I want to explain some things to you guys today that probably don't realize. All right, let's get right into this. Well, here we go. We're getting these timbers changed here. We got a little shutdown. What I wanted to talk to you about, so many people have written in over the years with all kind of comments about all these really great improvements that we should do to our railroad, and that's wonderful, and I do appreciate them. I really do. Wanted to talk to you about a lot of go over some things here and explain some things that you guys don't really know. I'd love to have continuous welded rail, get rid of all these joints, and he is wearing a safety harness, by the way. And I'd love to have pandro clips with lag screws, and have a rail grinding program, and all kind of improvements that we could make here. However, there's only so much money to go around. And let me give you a little history. I might have to get off here. I got a truck coming. Hold on. All right, buddy. Where was I at? Yeah, a little history. Alpha Natural Resources took us over, and they made all. They got us a second train, brought in another cut of cars, 3098 locomotive. They ran coal really, really good. Alpha made a fatal mistake. They purchased AT Massey Coal Company at a tremendously high cost. They thought coal prices were going to go to $350 a ton back then. It never did. That destroyed Alpha. Alpha has 20 some other mines too across the country. Anyway, they ended up filing bankruptcy here, and they restructured into Contura. Well, when Contura took us over, it was pretty much, there was no money at all. Okay, and things got dilapidated. Preventive maintenance pretty much went out the window. You fix it when it broke. Our track got horrible shape. There was no money. They knew they were getting out around the end, right around the end of 2019. They knew they were going to shut the mine down. That was their intention. That was their plan. Anyway, our two new owners purchased us January of 2020, and they took over. Man, they were behind the 8 ball. First thing they were faced with was building a $60 million slate pile. Had they not built that slate pile, then our mine would have shut down, because we had no more room to put slate. So they had to do the $60 million thing. They were able to spread that cost out over several years, which helped. They put a lot, they're trying their very best, put a lot of capital improvements. There's only so much money to go around. They've done a fantastic job at supporting the local community. Just fantastic with that. They're trying very hard. After we had that derailment in April, the year they took over, they put $500,000 into our track, which was very much needed, and we made a tremendous amount of improvements with that money. But there's still a lot to do, and a lot of things that could be done. But now this is what I want to tell you about. You got to understand this. Here we have the prep plant, we have underground, and we have the harbor. 3 different places. So they do studies, and they find the amount of downtime. So all in all, we probably run 80 to 85% of the time we run coal. That other 15 to 20%, there's reasons why they can't run coal. And they found out that the harbor, which includes the track, the train, the barges, only account for 3.2% of the time. The reason being they can't run coal. And a large portion of that 3.2% is because they can't get barges. Either high water or fog. The boats can't run in the fog, delays or untimely unloading from the power plants or barge availability. 1/10 of 1% of the time they can't run coal here because of the track. Now that is phenomenally low, and that may be because of a broken rail or a slide or something that's got to get fixed. So that's almost nothing. Downtime for the track is almost nothing. So now you got the prep plant, you got the underground, and they're accounting for the rest of that downtime. 96% of the downtime is caused either with problems underground, longwall moves, or belts breaking or whatever, or the prep plant being down for whatever reason. So now you got a business here, and you've only got so much money to go around. You making good capital improvements when you can. We also have supply chain issues. But you know, if you run this business, where are you going to put your money? Are you going to put your money into the track, which is only giving you 1/10 of 1% downtime? Or are you going to put your money in underground at the prep plant, where the major amount of downtime is happening? Well, that's a no-brainer. So, you know, again, I appreciate all the comments, but you got to understand all these improvements we would love to have. The money has to be spent where the downtime for the mine and the prep plant is at before we can even think about doing a whole lot of extra stuff out here. Okay, so I hope that explained that situation a whole lot better for you guys. And I know you guys don't understand what all is going on here, so I try to fill you in. And there's a great amount of interest in our railroad here, and it's just wonderful. It's fantastic. It's really great. I think I told you that guy's wearing a safety harness there on the outside. Anyway, all right. So you get a whole lot better picture of what is going on here, and why they're spending money, where they're spending the money at. Okay, very good. Okay, let me say this a little different way. This let this circle here represent the entire amount of time that they could run coal. All right, so it'll be 100%, 362 days a year, 24 hours a day, if this whole circle. For all the reasons involved, whether underground, prep plant, or the harbor, this is just about 20% of time that they cannot run coal for whatever reason. All right, so this section here, we're going to let this circle represent that. So this is the entire amount of time that they can't run coal for whatever reason. Now this section right in here is the amount of time that the harbor, whether it's barges or the train or the track, would have the entire mine shut down from not running coal. This little piece right here, this little sliver, that's the amount of time that our track prevents coal from being run. So you can see the rest of this is either the prep plant or the underground. The downtime that is caused from those two areas of the mine. So I think that explains a little bit better why you can see they're going to put a lot more money into the prep plant and into underground than they are at the harbor. Okay? All right. Makes a lot of sense now, doesn't it? Well, good morning. We're here at home, and we have the newsletter. I wanted to tell you some more stuff. What's going on? Here's the year in review of 2022. Okay. I want you to meet, excuse me for the frog in my throat, meet Mr. Thompson, the owner, our new owner. And he has a real nice thing here. We continue year 2022 is overall solves a challenge and is a win for Iron Synergy organization. We have been able to overcome many difficult circumstances, and he's absolutely true about that, while still improving our safety and compliance performance significantly, and that's very important. That's really great to see. Here, I'm going to read on down through. Also, I want to tell you, there's a really good article in Coal Age magazine about Mr. Thompson and about our mine. There's a link in this video's description so you can go read that. It's important to take a step back and remember the market expected the Cumberland Mine to close at the end of the year. In less than 2 years, we have completely rebranded Cumberland Coal and secured our future in the U.S. energy supply chain. Very great. This type of achievement is not possible without absolute dedication, daily focus on continuous improvements, willing to engage all ranks of our team, and the courage to admit failure and seek input regardless of the source. Very sincerely yours, Justin Thompson. Actually had the opportunity to meet Mr. Thompson. He came down to the harbor and gave a meeting, and after the meeting was over, he came up and shook my hand, and this is pretty cool. He's a really great guy. All the guys that were in that meeting, the union guys, we've had meetings in the past from other companies, and every one of our union guys said to a T, this guy's not trying to blow smoke. And everybody believed in his sincerity. Very good, very, very good talk he had with us. And, to come right down to the bottom ranks, the owner, that's pretty doggone cool. But he came up and shook my hand. He said, I watched some of your videos on YouTube. And he said, they're very positive. And that was encouraging. I've tried in the past in many of my videos to, promote this company. This is a good company to work for now. And they've done some fantastic things. And if it wasn't for these guys, we would not be working. We would not have a mine here. So, yeah, I can't say enough good things about the new owner, about our company. We're really trying hard from what they took over. And he did, in fact, say when he bought the company, it was late in the fourth quarter. They were behind the 8 ball to start with, as I've told you. Tell you a few other things here. Average tons of coal produced per day is 30,000. Many people have asked how many people work here. 762. That's union and company. So that 762 people. That's a lot of people that rely on this company, and this is not a corporation. Their management team makes all the decisions here at the mine. There's no board of directors. 49 years we've been in, and here's what's going on with our new slate pile. At some point way in the future, I'll have a video on it. This is the rubber liner that they had to put in for the pond. The belt line over to it is 72% complete. The dump is 74%, and this is for the new longwall panel where they bring air in, it's 98% complete. Alrighty. Some of the money that they have spent, some of the money on capital improvements in the past year here, 5.9 million for the longwall shear. And this is a longwall shear, and I understand it's hard to see. That's the drum cutting the coal there. They put 8.2 million in continuous miners and 21.6 million in longwall shields. This is the head on a miner. Okay, these are all new hires. This mine is hiring. They are hiring currently. They want experienced miners. They want bosses. Go to their website. The Iron Synergy website is in the description in this video. There's 32 names here times 4. I can't multiply that in my head. There'll be 128 new people. Okay. One really cool thing is the community support they have done in the past. Before, Alpha had us before they filed bankruptcy. They were a pretty decent company to work for, and they did help the community out a good bit. Spent a lot of money. When they filed bankruptcy, restructured as Contora, then they ripped off a lot. A federal judge told them they didn't have to pay their bills. So they ripped off a lot of people in the community, businesses that were vendors that we bought from, and really put a bad taste in the community's mouths. Iron Synergy has done a magnificent, absolutely magnificent job at putting money back into local organizations and charities. Okay, this is our safety impact. I really don't know how to read this real well, but they are constantly improving on safety. Safety is very important. Here at Cumberland, we have these posters stuck up all over the place. All right, and guess what? I even got my picture in there. How that happened, I have no clue. I don't even know. There's a hopper car there. I don't even know when that was taken or what that was taken, but I got in there. Okay, very good. I just wanted to give you some more information there about what's going on here. The folks, future here at Cumberland, we've got coal sold already into 2026 at very good pricing. And I want to thank this gentleman and his team for the magnificent efforts that they are putting forth. If it wasn't for these guys, we would not have a job. The mine would not exist anymore. All right, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a really good day.